Are you ready to find out how a virtual assistant business or virtual assistant agency works? In this video, I'm going to dive through kind of answering a few questions that I still keep getting from my last video on how to start a virtual assistant business, on basically what do we do. And this is coming from someone who has run my business, 2XU, the last 5 years. And of course, I'll insert the reasons why our clients and our virtual assistants basically end up working with us rather than doing it on their own. Now, how does a virtual assistant business work? Well, the first thing is that most of virtual assistant agencies will offer essentially kind of recruitment. And this is kind of the baseline of most virtual assistant businesses, is that they will recruit someone for you, whether that is your virtual assistant, maybe that's a manager, whatever it is. It's basically being able to hire someone and you don't have to worry about the whole recruitment process. Everything is done by the business or the agency. So for us, when 2XU started, we actually started just as kind of recruitment and working with different friends of mine who were like, hey, I want to hire from the Philippines, but I have no idea where to start. And I'm like, I got you. So that's actually how we started a little bit. And then eventually we evolved into then the management and the training for virtual assistants. And that's essentially kind of the more full-blown picture of how a virtual assistant business works. Is you are recruiting someone for a client, you're going to find them a virtual assistant, and then once you have that virtual assistant for them, you've matched them, then it's the ongoing management. So what that means is it could be almost anything from helping the assistant manage their projects, their priorities, and their tasks. It could be downright just training them and growing and evolving them, and it could be just overall support of like whenever the VA is overwhelmed, they have their manager to tap and ask questions. And at least the way that we do it in 2XU is the virtual assistant has also access to all of the other virtual assistants within the company to ask them questions, to get support, to get someone to mentor them if they're learning a new skill or a new tool and someone else in the business probably already has experience in it. So it could be a variety of things, but the main thing is that is the recruitment, management, and training of virtual assistants matched with our clients to move them towards a certain goal. Now within 2XU, our goal is to help systematize and automate a lot of our clients' business, so it's a little bit easier for them. Different businesses will have different goals. They might have different specialties or different things that they work on. I know a few just marketing virtual assistant agencies. I know someone who is more on the OBM or the operations business manager. So it really is a variety. So as you are maybe someone who's trying to figure out what kind of virtual assistant business to start, you want to look at your own kind of specialty, and if you're able to teach that to other people, and if you are a client and you're looking at different virtual assistant agencies, you want to keep in mind what's the goal that I have at the moment, and does that align with the kind of agency that I want to work with. Now, the main way that a virtual assistant agency differs from kind of doing the direct hiring is for virtual assistant agencies like ourselves is we have a streamlined process on how we do certain things. What that means is almost everything from recruitment, from the onboarding of the client and the assistant to the ongoing management, we already have the standard operating procedures, the documentation, the templates, the walkthrough that we're simply guiding people through what that funnel is, and we customize it, of course, based on the client, what they want, their goals. So then for them, they basically are able to be led through a process versus when you are hiring directly, you kind of have to figure out a lot of that on your own, which is you definitely can. There's a lot of guides and a lot of videos on my own channel about how to do that yourself, but that's essentially kind of the difference between working with a business and then working direct or hiring direct. Now, most of the reasons why clients end up working with the virtual assistant business is the main one is honestly time saving. Is instead of going through like we do 100 applicants basically within a week, we have a team of 4 amazing recruiters within 2XU. Other than that, we also have our amazing EA success managers and client success managers who then filter them through interviews. So imagine if you are a business owner and you have to go through 100 applicants, make sure that they're right, calling them up, making sure that they're fit, that they understand what the job is, doing the interviews, doing the skills tests. That just takes up a lot of your time. So that we kind of cut that already. Other than saving time is most of these EAs or applicants are usually pre-vetted already. We made sure that they can do what they say that they can do, that they match who the client is looking for. We are also making sure that they're trained within our own systems. They understand the different tools that their clients are using because we're able to train them on that. And of course, for the client, there's a little bit of assurance that, again, if their EA is stuck, we are there basically to support them. Now, on the flip side, for virtual assistants, the reason why they end up working with an agency rather than doing direct, basically kind of on reverse, is then they also get pre-vetted clients. Instead of them having to go through the process of finding clients, applying for jobs, looking for clients basically, and making sure that they're actually a good client, we've kind of pre-vetted that. We make sure that they are going to get paid. We make sure that the client is actually good. We outline the processes, the systems, basically the walkthrough for them to be able to succeed with their clients, especially with us in 2XU, where we have a whole 90-day program where we lead the assistant and the client through to make sure they have the right systems within them. So that kind of helps a little bit, is like they know that the client's going to be good, and then we basically focus on taking care of them as they can focus on taking care of the client. The other one is that skill development. Within 2XU, we have courses that our VAs go through. They can get certifications, they get a lot of coaching, a lot of support. So they have this ongoing, they don't have to feel stuck within themselves when it comes to their growth, especially in their skills, because again, we are there to kind of really support them as they go through that whole process. And of course, like I said, they have the mind hive of everyone else in 2XU, so they have the ongoing support if they're stuck, if they need mentorship, if they need someone to kind of show them how to be able to fix something. They have people inside of 2XU that they can tap, that they can ask questions, instead of having to kind of do it on their own when they are working directly with a client. And of course, kind of the biggest one is that they know that they're going to be taken care of if the client leaves. And that's kind of part of what we do in 2XU, is if it turns out that the client changed their business. We've had clients who went back to having full-time work and they didn't want to focus on their business anymore. As long as it kind of wasn't the assistant's fault that the client left, we do end up taking care of them and finding them their next client. And basically, in the meantime, they get to study and to learn. So there is that consistent work that they're able to get working with an agency versus, of course, if they're trying to find their own clients on their own. So I hope you guys got a lot of really good kind of behind the scenes of how a virtual assistant business and agency works, kind of the perks, the pro and con basically for each one. And of course, if you guys like this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button right there and comment below any questions that you might have on running or having a virtual assistant business. I would love to know. And if you still haven't yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button right there so you don't miss any of my videos every Sunday and Thursday on how to work from home and how to have a business from home, which you guys can check out those two playlists right here and the latest video right here. Hope you guys have an amazing day, and remember that small steps matters, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.